J Drone here. What's going on, guys? So we are going to put this drone up in the air. This will be the second time I've flown it. I actually just took it into a little bit larger city that I was in and did a more urban type fly with it. So the first thing that you want to do, obviously, you want to have your cell phone connected to the controller via the OTG cable that was supplied with the package. And we will go ahead and turn that way. Maybe you can't see. I might have to edit that out, otherwise you just see my password. But anyway, so I have this preloaded. I have the maps preloaded. That way I can see my maps versus seeing a generic map or no map at all. Then we go ahead and turn on the controller. Once the controller's turned on, you need to go ahead and turn on your drone. There's a button underneath it. You double tap it just like the controller, and it makes this odd clicking sound that we haven't seen really on any other DJI stuff. Normally you get like an ESC windup, and the motors do shutter a little, but these shutter like a click instead of a shuttering. So basically what I'm waiting to see, bam, I just got it. I have visual confirmation that, and I also have a home point set exactly where I am, but it's not clear because there, I can zoom out and then it's clear. I'll go ahead and do a screen recording, and 3, 2, 1. Screen recording is on. You can see my home point here. If we zoom in, it gets a little bit blurry, but we're going to zoom out because I'm going to try to send this. I have 60% battery, so we're not going to send it super far, but just to give it a run out. And then we'll go ahead and click on there. That way we can see what the drone sees. And we will click over to the right, that square there, get out of photo mode, click on video mode, and I will be recording in 1080p 60 frames per second, which we're going to click on the screen. We're going to click record. We're going to go down and out. That'll fire the motors, and then we're going to go up. And I'm going right out just because I don't have a full battery. We're going to take this up a little bit. That way I'm well above the tree line, and I can kind of maintain direct line with the drone. Again, I'm at 60% battery, and a lot of people have said that they have they've gotten battery warnings that were incorrect, like critical battery. I didn't get that at all. I haven't experienced that, but I did see a lot of videos where guys were having that. So we're 56 meters away from ourselves already. This thing's moving fairly quickly. We're 83 meters. We're closing in on 100 meters. We're over 100 meters away from ourselves and going very quickly. We're at 150 meters. We're moving at 8.2 meters per second. Again, I'm just watching my battery. It says strong wind warning, which I'm very well aware of that because where I was higher altitude than where I am right now. But this thing is said to do really well in strong wind. For some reason, no, the height's not raising. It seems like the height's raising slightly as I'm going out. We are nearing a quarter mile. We're 375, strong wind. It keeps warning me of strong wind. 400 meters, we just hit a quarter mile. We have 55% battery, 54%, around probably 42%. I'm probably going to bring this back, so this is not a full-on range test. This thing's rated to go out like 2.5 miles, and we are not going to do it today because, again, I kind of did a project. There was an abandoned building. There was a restaurant in Hazleton that I was flying around, and it was there forever, since my father was a child, I think he said, and it burnt down, and I wanted to get a closer look at it. I'm going to tilt the camera down just a little bit so we focus on the ground. There we go. That's brightened it up considerably. We are at 51% battery, and so with almost 10% battery, we've gone out almost 1,000 meters. 1,600 meters is a mile. So that's pretty good. And I'm not moving super fast. Like, I'm only 8.1 meters per second, and I've seen this thing go a lot faster. The only thing that I have to watch out here is there's power lines that go east to west. I think I'm high enough that I won't hit them. I don't want to hit them. We're at 48% battery. I think we're going to try to hit the mile. We're just going to go out a mile, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn around just because, again, I came out on limited battery. This was not a fully charged battery. We are at 1,000 and almost at 1,100 meters. 47 battery percent. We've been in the air for about 8 minutes. Strong wind, it's telling me. And I'm just going to raise altitude here because I'm also going north, and my ground, the altitude is increasing as I go north. So I'm actually kind of losing altitude, if that makes any type of sense. We're at 45% battery. We're almost at that mile marker. I'm going to hit the mile marker, then I'm going to turn around and come back home. I'm not going to use return home. I'm actually going to pilot it home. If you look at the bottom left of this, you can actually see my map. I like having a visual confirmation of the map. I know what this area looks like from Google Earth. That way, if my FPV feed from the camera goes and I still have that map, I can pilot myself back home. We're at 1,500 meters. We're almost at a mile. Again, our video transmission is excellent. This thing's rated for like 3 miles, or 2.5 miles, I think it is. And I'm trying to see, I should be getting close to that pole line.
Battery level
Where
is low. The
where the
aircraft will go
power
to
line
the
is
home
there. We're
point in
past
10 seconds.
1,600. We'll go to 1,700, and battery level is low. I'm canceling it. I'm gonna pilot it back home. So we're at 1701, and we got 40% battery. The drone itself wanted to return home on its own, but I'm gonna go ahead and fly it back. I would rather fly it back than have computer error when it's returning home and it decides home is not where I am. On a DJI drone, that's highly unlikely to happen. You can see me adjusting my yaw because bottom left corner, I could see the exact line out that I came. So I'm going to try to fly parallel to that. And again, we're at 39% battery, and we are about a mile away. We reached a mile in like 20%. So I feel very confident that in 30% of the battery, we should be able to get back home. Otherwise, I'm going to be taking a long walk of shame. I know this area really well, so I mean, if I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, but I highly doubt I'm going to have to go get it. I think I've calculated this pretty properly here. We're closing in on 1,300 meters. We're in that second field. So the field that we're in right now, there's a field in front of it, then there's a small abyss in front of that, and then the field behind that where you can see the residential neighborhood. That's basically where we are. It is cold out. It's not below freezing. I think it's 38 degrees out here. Again, you saw the wind warnings. We do have wind warnings. Thus far, this drone, and I mean, this is only the second time I've flown it. I've only charged the battery once, and we're burning the battery, the rest of it on this flight. And again, we get a strong wind warning. It feels really nice. Compared to the DJI Spark, the gimbals on this feel a lot nicer than the Sparks. Not to say the Sparks are bad by any means. But it just feels a lot more responsive, I guess you would say. We're at 34% battery. We are closing in on a half a mile. Half a mile is 800 meters. We just reached 900 meters. We're at 886, 866. So I think we're going to make it. We're at 33% battery, moving at 8.0 meters per second, and we're maintaining a height of 86 meters. We are now in that second field. So we're in the first field. There's a small abyss in front of us. The field behind that we've just entered, and again, we've got a strong wind warning, which I don't think the wind's that strong. Maybe up 86 meters in the air. It's considerably stronger than what I'm feeling on the ground. You can see the brush here is just waving just a little bit. It's not super strong on the ground, but up there. So we're coming close to the abyss, which is where those birch trees are, and we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're at 29%. So maybe when we get back, we'll just go ahead and put it up and get some photos or something, or video. Maybe I'll just do all video. That way I don't have to go outside of the app or anything. Or no, we'll do some photos because I'm doing, I forgot I had my hat cam on. We're doing screen recording, hat cam. And I'm using an iPhone 6 instead of my iPhone SE just because this is a lot less beat up and I think the battery's in better condition. So we should be able to see it or hear it soon. I can't hear it. We're 244 meters away from ourselves. We're at 27% battery. This thing should be flying right here. It's just coming over the abyss, and we'll go ahead and go like this. You can see I switched directions, my orientation on the bottom left to come directly home, and I'm going to slowly stop coming forward. I hear it. Bam. It's up there. Thing is small, so I'm going to go ahead and come forward. And actually, you know what, while we're up there, we're just going to stay up there because we want to go ahead and take some pictures, right? So we're going to do a little climb here. Climbity climb, climb, climb. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I'm going to go ahead and click the FHD above the recording button. I'm going to click photo. I'm going to take a photo. We're going to take a photo. We're going to go up a little bit higher. %, battery. Aircraft signal something. Battery cells under voltage. What? Replace battery. Maybe that's the warning people got. We're at 20% now. Return to home promptly. I want to take a couple pictures. Let me take a couple pictures here.
Battery level is low.
Cancel.
The aircraft will go to the home point
No, it
in
won't.
10 seconds.
Because I'm controlling this. We're at 19%. We're taking some pictures here. Beautiful picture right there if I can get it. Okay, and we will bring the drone down. 18%. And which way is it facing? It's facing that way. I want to be facing this way towards myself. So that was a good trial of the drone. We went over a mile, 0 issues, and that was my biggest thing. I generally don't fly over a mile, and this went over a mile easily, 0 interference that I was able to see. And what we're going to do, we're going to stop the screen recording. Screen recording has stopped just to save it because I don't know what type of battery life this iPhone 6 is handling in this cold. I know my SE hates the cold and will shut down abruptly without any type of warning. The drone's coming down. We have 16%. I think we're going to be able to get this in front of the hat cam for a quick look at it as it's flying. It's coming. It's coming. My hands are freezing. I do still have the Anafi that we have to get in air, but that's not mine. Somebody lent that to me, so I'm being very cautious at when I'm going to take that and put it in the air. You know what I can do here? We'll get up in its grill with the hat cam. Bam, hat cam all up in its grill. And I actually have my iPhone SE. We're at 13% battery. I have my SE in my pocket, which has 61%. We'll go ahead and take a couple pictures with this, which I don't even know which way to go with it as far as the pictures because it's so gloomy out. It's tough. The sky's like really white. It's making for horrible pictures. Let's try to turn that up. Let's see if I can. There we go. Maybe that's considerably better. Wind's really blowing now. You can see it kind of blowing around here. Trying to turn up my lighting. Yeah, I'm getting horrible pictures, which really sucks. Really sucks. Maybe down here, I don't know. Let's get a above it picture. Okay, I think we're gonna land it. That way I don't super kill my battery. And I think I can just... Whoa, easy there. Okay, so I think there's a sensor underneath it keeping me from catching it. And we can click aircraft landing in current location. Land. There we go. Success. That was cool. That was cool. So, all right, guys, that was the first look at this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You can see the gimbal as I tilt left and I tilt right. It counters as I go up and down. It is a 3-axis gimbal. Super stoked with this. We're going to go ahead and turn it off. It is off. Turn our controller off. I'm going to hit our sidebar on our phone. And if you want to check out that abandoned video, that'll either be up before or after this. If you haven't subscribed, smash subscribe.